Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I have the DJI Osmo Mobile 7. So let's get started with the unboxing first. Inside the box we get 5 items. So the first one is the gimbal itself. Second, we have some documentation. Third, we have a magnetic clamp. Then we have a USB Type-C charging cable, and then a pouch. Now the pouch feels really of good quality. And it also has this little bit of branding which says Osmo over here, so that you can carry this gimbal without damaging it. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the gimbal itself. First things first, this is what the gimbal looks like, and then this is made up of really high quality plastic with the DJI logo at the bottom, and on the sides we get a slider button. This is to zoom in or zoom out while the phone is paired and we're using this gimbal. Next to that is the USB Type-C charging port, and then at the top you get a menu function button which is at the top, and this is also the power button, so I'll show you that. Then we get a joystick so that you can move this gimbal in multiple directions. This is the record button, and then this is the button to flip the camera to the other side. So let me go ahead and pull this up. So the first step you have to do is pull this to the straight, and then it's going to give that indication that it has detected that the head is now straightened up. So I'm going to press and hold this button for a second, and now this is turned off. So if you press and hold for a few seconds, so now this turns on. So this will always start in this position where you have the mount facing towards the user, so that you can control this gimbal in multiple directions. Now, if you look at the bottom, we also have a trigger option, which is basically to activate your motion tracking. So if you want that to be enabled in one of the gimbal modes, you can go ahead and do that as well. So at the bottom, we have a tripod, as you can see. So you can place this really on a table too. So let me show. So this can be placed on a table as well, which is really convenient if someone wants to just place the tripod and shoot. So this is a great option as well. So that is pretty much about the overview of the tripod. So let's now take a look at how this basically works. So the first thing you do is attach your phone to this particular clamp, and it says that phone camera direction, which is on this side. So my phone's camera direction in this side, so I'm going to just place it over here, and then I'm going to stretch this a little bit, and then I'm going to just take it to the other side. Now the good part is most of the tripods have a straight head holder, like the placeholders, but this is a little bit of curved so that your buttons basically slides through and it doesn't get automatically pressed when you're adjusting the clamp to the left or right. So that's really a good thing. Same on the other side as well. It really doesn't presses the button, and it leaves room so that you can press or use the button as well. Now, the next thing is that I'm going to place this. This is a magnetic clamp, so I'm going to just bring this here, and it should be able to fasten it. Now I have to just turn on the gimbal. So let me go ahead and press this on. And then it's going to just make it straight. So this is the default position of the gimbal, as you can see. So if I turn it this side, it will just rotate, and then if I turn it to my side, it's going to stay erect. Now, to use this, the first thing I'm going to do, and then of course this is the joystick, so you can use the joystick to control the movement of the phone in multiple directions. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the Bluetooth. So I just turned on the Bluetooth on the phone. Next I'm going to go to the DJI app. So we have our DJI Memo app, which is the first option, as you can see here. So I'm going to also tap on that so that it launches up. So once it launches up, it's going to take a couple of seconds, and then it's automatically going to detect that the gimbal has been paired. Now, since I've already paired this gimbal with my iPhone, so I don't have to repeat the pairing process, but then if you're doing it for the first time, you may need to pair this gimbal with your phone, so the DJI Mimo app can detect it when you turn on the Bluetooth. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the functionalities. Now, if you look here, it also tells you the battery percentage of the phone, and then we have multitude of shooting options at the bottom. So I'm not using the phone's camera option, I'm using the DJI Mimo app to record or shoot my videos. So let's go ahead and take a look as to how this operation really works. Okay, perfect. So let's get started, and let's start with the joystick control. So you can go ahead and move this joystick in multitude of methods and directions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just tilt it to horizontally, and you can also tilt it to the other side as well. So it's pretty much rotatable, and then also you can make it top or bottom, so you can do all those kind of customizations. And you can also flip the camera if you want. So this is going to now bring it to the front camera, and I think this looks really nice when I'm using the DJI Mimo app, and you can see that it's also following my face. So if I'm going to this side, and it's going to just continuously track me, and I can deactivate it if I press this button at the back. So let me just press that for 3 times, and it should be stop tracking me. So if you can see, now it's not tracking. Now if I just press it again, it's going to track my head movement, and then it's going to follow. So which is really great. And if you want to shoot it by showing something to your audience while moving, I think it's a great option that we get over here. So that's really something I wanted to show you. So the app also provides you the option to choose what mode of the gimbal that you want to set this on, or you can just press this over here as well. So let me show you some of the options over here. So if I press the menu once, it's going to change to the PF mode, and then next it's going to change to the FPV mode, and then next one it's going to change it to a spin shot, so you can spin the phone in multitude of directions, and it's going to shoot that for you as well. So these are some of the options that we get, 4 modes over here, and this is really helpful. I think that I really like the spin shot mode. Now of course let me go back to the initial mode again, and it then just flattens up. So if I come to the settings, and then I go to more settings over here, so you can see that currently it's in the PTF mode, and then we have the PF mode, and then it's automatically going to change on the gimbal as well if you change it on the app. So you can change that, and then let's go to the next one, which is the FPV mode, and then of course you have your spin shot. So these are the 4 modes, and every time you select a mode, it's going to give a beep. Of course, then the next thing you have is the gimbal auto calibration. So if you think the gimbal is not calibrated properly, you can of course go ahead and change or make that calibrated for yourself. You also have the horizontal gimbal adjustment, and then you can set your gimbal responsiveness, the zoom speed, the joystick rotation speed, joystick control, and the invert joystick direction, quick launch, sound, gimbal indicator, extend, your tilt mode, so you can explore all these options if you want to use while shooting. Next we have the active track. Now the active tracking is something that I showed you when it was just shooting when I was moving, and then it was just following me. So you can also see that the following sensitivity is medium, so you can just change that to something else. So you can change that to I will just do that to fast, and then if you do that done, it's going to it's going to be really quick. So the movement of the head is a bit faster, as you can see, and it's not. And I think if you're playing a sport or something, I think you can use this mode, which can be really helpful. So I'm going to stop this, and let's go to the settings again. So we'll go to more settings. So these are the active track options. You can have tilt, follow, subject, location, and selfie active track as well. In general, you have the name of your gimbal, and then you have your photo specs, video specs, and other settings as you can set as you want. and then of course your serial number and other things over here. Okay, so now let me just place it to a little bit of distance, and let me show you something in terms of the zoom. So if I turn, so once this is connected with Bluetooth, you really don't need to touch your phone to change your basic settings while shooting. So I can just flip the camera from here. I'll just change that, and it just changes to the other side. It's the main camera. Now I can move the phone whichever direction I want, and then it's going to do that. And I can also shoot by pressing this shooting button as well. Now, before I go ahead and start with the shooting, I can also show you that we can also zoom in from the gimbal itself. So as you can see, it's almost zoomed in. So if I come down, and then if I just show you here, so, and it's already I think 6x zoom, which the phone currently supports. Then I can also zoom out, as you can see over here. So, which is really a good option. And then apart from that, you also get some options to take your videos in terms of cinematic lens. Then DJI actually provides you a couple of options over there. So if I have to show you that, so let me show you. So it says the first one is the cinematic lens, and then of course the next is in cinematic lens we have auto spin shot. So which means you can tilt it, and then it's going to adjust that accordingly. And this is really nice. So if you move it horizontally, it's going to be horizontal. If you want to move it vertically, it will stay vertical. So this is one of the nicest modes that I can see that you can use in a regular day as well. Next we have the slow shutter, and of course you can do that. So you can see that it's the shutter speed has kind of reduced, so you can also use that to shoot at times. So the shutter speed in this mode is really has been reduced. Next we have the action start. So if I do that, it's also going to just be a little quick and spontaneous, and the frame rate is pretty quick, and the shutter speed is also going to be pretty quick. So you can see the quality of the images that it just shows while we're in this auto shot mode. Now we have a dolly zoom. So this is one of the modes also, and then we have a widescreen as well. So the widescreen basically flips it to horizontally, so you can shoot your videos. So no matter if you turn it to the left or right on any axis, it's always going to stay in the horizontal mode that you can see over here. So which is really nice, and then you can tilt or make this smaller or bigger, so you can zoom in, you can zoom out, so everything can be done from the joystick itself. So that is one of the options that you also get. Now coming to the quality and the build quality of the gimbal, it feels really solid to hold. Of course, it's heavy because it has a lot of sensors. It has your gyro and the motors and battery, everything. So definitely it's not really lightweight. So you have to get familiarized before using that for a couple of days maybe, and then I think it should be good to go. So let me go ahead and turn this gimbal to another mode. Let's see if I can change that and change to this. So I'll just make this vertically, so that we have more room to see what's there, and I'm also going to just face it to myself. So it's really good if you're somebody who really wants to do a lot of recording or kind of reviews and want to show yourself to the camera. This will really help you do that as well. Now the main thing that I wanted to show you is the balance, how good this is. So let me go ahead and flip the camera, and then I'm also going to change the mode to video. So it says that ensure the camera is facing in the right direction. So let me go ahead and, so now the active track is on, of course, so it's following me. I'll go ahead and deactivate that. So just press one time, and then it deactivates. Now let me flip the camera to the other side, and then I'm going to show you how this, if I have to walk you through and then see the balance, I think it's pretty nice. And of course it's able to flip it, it's able to change its axis, and everything it's able to do by yourself. So definitely it has that added stability if you want to shoot. And I can see that the balance is really good. It's not like shaking or jittering or anything like that. So it's really keeping the subject stable, and then you can get a very good shooting and recording out of this as well. Now, like I said, of course, this feels a little heavy with the phone mounted, so it feels like even more heavier. So you have to be really get hands-on before like using this a couple of times. As when I started off, of course, this started causing some kind of pain and discomfort on my arms because of the weight. So you'll have to be careful with that as well. But otherwise, it's a great product. It just, the gyro works perfectly fine. As you can see, I'm just moving this in a slow motion, and it's just perfect. So it can flip in multiple directions, and then you can just, based on your hand movements, it's going to just focus on the subject as well. So once the use has been complete, you can go ahead and turn off the DJI Memo app, and then you can press and hold this button so that it just turns off. Now this has been turned off. All you have to do is just take out this magnetic clamp from the gimbal, and then you can just remove your phone out of this, and then to lock it you can just push this down. So I'm going to just bring this to the other side like this, and then you have a little bit of a high rise over here which actually goes into this place, and now it just gets securely fastened. So your head normally doesn't moves when it's not in use. And to keep the tripod, so all that you have to do is just make this straight, just give it a push, and you should be good to go. So this is what the box looks like, and of course on the box it just says it has a robust 3-axis gimbal stabilization, built-in tripod, integrated foldable design. It has an active track, and of course the DJI Memo app has some tutorials if you want. You can go through, and that will tell you how you can set up your gimbal in a more efficient way and then use it in the best way possible. Of course, this is the country of origin is made in China. DJI is a Chinese company. Now the battery, it says, they say about like 10 hours of battery life, and it also supports your phone charging. It also supports phone charging. So if you have a USB-C to USB-C cable, you can basically charge your phone from the tripod itself, which is a great thing. Well, they haven't said anything about the water resistance of this gimbal, so I would still be a little cautious when using it in rain or taking it to a pool or something that might damage the electronics and the sensors inside this gimbal. So I wouldn't do that because I don't see anywhere that they have mentioned that on the box as well. And with regards to the charging times, it doesn't really show how much battery it's left, other than just that there's an indicator. So when your battery is less, it glows in amber, and then when it's about 90%, it becomes green, and then when it's fully charged, it just becomes green and static. So those are the 3 modes that we have in regards to the battery charging status. I hope that you found this video informative, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. Please share your thoughts, and please do subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.